Hello my YouTube friend, this is Non Mechanic here, and today I'm working on a 2003 Nissan Sentra. And what's wrong with this car is that it overheats sometimes. When they drive in, it overheats. It'll go for a week and nothing is going on. They fill it with coolant again, and a week later it overheats again. So let's get under the hood and find out what's really going on with this car. Whenever I'm checking for overheating issue, I check a few things, and many times what I do is the first thing I want to check the hose, and I want to check it to see if they brittle, if they crack, if they have any imperfections on them. If I see any leak on them, I'll check the top hose right here, and I'll check the bottom hose also, and I'll check them, inspect them for any cracks, any leaks, or if it needs to be replaced. The other thing that I like to do is I also like to check under the car to see if there's any coolant leak under the car. I already checked under the car, there's no leak under it. And also make sure when you start checking this that the car is cold, that the car is not hot. Another thing is that a lot of people overlook. I like to check the oil. The reason why I like to check the oil is I want to make sure, I want to see if it has any like mildew on it. You know, that could be a sign of a blown head gasket. So this one looks pretty good. Also, what I like to do is I like to check the heater coil in the back. I like to check the hoses also, because you know, that could also give me an indication that there's something going on. There's a leak in the back. And what I do is, the heater coil on this car is back here. Let me see if I can show you. So I like to check the heater coil hoses in the back also, if you can see. You want to also check them for cracks, for any leak, any indication of imperfection. And then what you do is you just follow it. In this car, if you follow it, it's these two right here, this one and the one in the bottom. And if you notice, they still got these old clamps in there, so they probably didn't do too many things here. And this is the thermostat here. By the way, this is a 1.8 engine, and you can see right here these clamps are still here. The next thing what I like to do is I like to check to see if my fans are working. And the way I like to check if these fans are working, what I do is I turn on the air conditioner. So let's turn this air conditioner and let's see this car. These radiator fans are working. As you can see, they're both working, so that's not my problem there. As you saw, the radiator fans are working, but let's say the radiator fans was not working. One of the things you want to do, that I do, is I'll check the fuses. In this car, we have the relays here, and you have the locations written in the top. This one doesn't have it. It looks like this one is an aftermarket. And you also have, on this side, you also have fuses. And this one is also like an aftermarket cover. But in here, you also have a couple of relays that you want to check. But in here, you have the fuses that you need to find if the fan was not working. Now, what else I like to check? I also like to see if my water pump is leaking. And in this car, the water pump is right here. Let me get a flashlight. In this car, the water pump is right there. And there's no sign of leak in there. So far we're doing good. See, they got a new alternator. And then the next thing what I like to do is I like to check my coolant to see if I have any coolant in here. Believe it or not, you know how many cars I have fixed with an overheating issue that had no coolant? And this one is full. Now, You also want to check here right in the radiator. Now, like I said before, make sure that the car is cold before you attempt to open this radiator cap. So now let's open the radiator cap. You turn it, and then you want to make sure that this cooling in there is filled up, because she told me she filled it up. Then you want to inspect the radiator cap. Oh, look at this. And you notice the radiator cap is broken. A spring's supposed to be here, and this thing is broken. This may be of an overheating issue. Let me look around to see if any signs of cooling coming out. And this is white here. So this probably can be of an overheating issue. So I'm gonna go get a radiator cap and replace it. Remember, a radiator cap, you know, when the car gets hot, what happens is that the valve open up and some of the cooling will go over here to the jug. So if you don't got one of these radiator cap working properly, guess what happened? Yes, you do get an overheating issue. So let me go to the auto store and get one. Let's see if this will fix the issue. I got the new radiator cap, but look what I found in the back seat. So somebody was already messing with this here. But my question is this: where is the other half of the radiator? It looks like, I don't know, like somebody broke it on purpose or something. You can see it. Look at it. You tell me if this thing was not broken on purpose. Look at the neon. I don't know how it happened. Will the other piece be in there? I don't know. Let me use one of these things that I have. I just want to feel it. Alright, doesn't feel like it's there, so I don't know. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put this radiator cap and I'm gonna let the car run to see if it overheats. But I really believe it's this right here. So let's run it for 10 to 20 minutes. Let's see how these holes are working, if they're working properly, if they're running. Let's see. Alright, be right back. I've been running the car for at least 15 minutes, and I noticed, checking these holes here, the top holes are hot, but the bottom holes that coming from the thermostat, it is cold, 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 cold. Let me just show you, hopefully you can see that. So the top hole has about 140, and the bottom has about 84. The heater coils in the back, they still cold also. The heater coil 69.5 and 69.5. Both heater coil hoses, excuse me, are 69.5. The bottom hose over here says 82, 75, actually 71. Well, it went up to 77. It's fluctuating from 77 to 78. So not only that we have a back radiator cap, I believe we also have a bad thermostat. I think the thermostat is stuck closed because this one is hot and this one is cold. So I'm gonna recommend to also get a thermostat. So this is how you diagnose a no heat issue on a 2003 Nissan Sentra. Once again, This is Non-Mechanic. If you have any comments or questions, please post them down below or contact me on nonmechanic101@yahoo.com. That is nonmechanic101@yahoo.com. And remember, if Non-Mechanic can do it, you can do it. Later.